by looking at this kid, he's 6'5", 249 pounds, ran a 4.65 40. His play speed is faster than that. He does not have a problem tackling running backs in space. I love the way this kid diagnoses. I love the way this kid plays in the box. When he understands who's trying to block him, he attacks the blocker. He becomes the attacker. He initiates contact. He's been well coached on how to stack and shed and get off blocks and make tackles. It stood out. I watched this entire Ohio State game, and it just pops out. Number 31 on your screen. They're running a little stunt here, so he's backside, but you just see the size of him. He's 6'5", 250. That's Brian Urlacher, 6'5", 250 pounds. Okay, I'm not saying he runs like Urlacher. Urlacher was a freak. Maybe Urlacher wasn't quite 6'5". This is a big human. He can put more weight on. Kid's a basketball player in high school. He's an academic All-American. I think he won the, let's see what it's called. He won the Campbell Award, the Academic Heisman Award. So bright, can process quickly, super smart, football junkie, knows how to tackle. Maybe most importantly, you should go without saying, playing the linebacker position. Kid can tackle, man. He can just flat out tackle. You see him attack. You see the hips engage when he attacks guards. He can stack and shed with the best of them. He can shed off to the side. He easily gets rid of these guys. You see the coming downhill, just puts the tackle right on his backside when he's filling his lane. You just don't see this that much anymore in the National Football League. When I was coming into the game, Bernardo Harris, Jeremiah, these guys, when they came downhill, Levon Kirkland, man, when they're coming, you better brace up. You better set your jaw. You're going to get knocked flat on your backside. This guy is throwback in that sense. He plays it. This is a physical football game. He plays it in a physical manner. He attacks blockers. I love the way that he attacks blockers. It's something that if you follow us on the On My Block podcast with Mon Green and myself, we brought this up over and over last year because the Packers rookie, who is going to be a great player, doesn't do a great job of taking on blocks, and it costs you, I don't know, 40 yards a game as far as not being, making contact further down the field than you have to. Reads holes, has no problem finding the running back, finding him, diagnosing the play, and being able to close. He has no problem doing that, despite his 4.65. Some people are going to say, oh, he's not the most athletic guy at 4.65. Listen, 6'5", 250, 4.65. I'll take it all day long. There'll be a couple plays we'll show on here where, and I think a lot of this has to do with the RPO offense in college, but the way that all of these guys kind of diagnose plays, there's times where they hesitate on certain things because there's just so much cross motion, and that's just going to make it take more time and development and good coaching. But generally speaking, this guy can diagnose with the best of them. Playing the backside here, and you see he's just got to shoot this gap. He can't let that tight end fill up the space. Does a great job of shooting, forcing that guy to bounce backside where they have help. One thing you see with all these players, this guy included, is they are not afraid to put him man-on-man with their tight end. I know this isn't Travis Kelce, right? But this is Ohio State. This is big-time football. They're not afraid to put him in man-to-man in situations, have him man up for anywhere on the field that he needs to go. You see the punch and extend here. He does such a good – both these offensive tackles are going to go first round. He does such a good job on both these guys of stacking, shedding, punch and extend, find the ball, and continuing to remove the blocker from his premise. Quarterback checks. He checks right to a dog. Shows it really, really late, comes around. This is a holding call. He goes through the blocker. That's the other thing I love about it. He's not trying to be cute about it. He's got a power rip move. This is Iowa staple. This is how defensive ends rush. We got power rip moves. We're not trying to be cute about stuff. We're going to take our space. We're going to force you to hold us. This is textbook what you want to do. You want the offensive lineman to have to let you go or hold you. In this case, I don't know if they got this call, but he is being held around the throat because he gets close to the body. He uses a rip move. He pulls the elbow up and underneath the armpit of the offensive lineman, forcing him to open up. He has no choice but to hold. Great job here. Just love the physicality of the way he's trying to play the game. He bounces, and this is what you're very simply like, can you tackle an open space? No problem for him to hawk this guy down. See the physicality as he rips off of the left tackle again. The left tackle is a good player, but listen, this guy plays with leverage. He's huge, 6'5". That's like I think Mike Vrabel was like 6'5", 250. I mean, these are big dudes, right? And so now you're able to play that inside linebacker position with the lateral quickness and the speed that you have. This is a very potent combination. What I love about this guy is his ability. He always stays square. He very, very rarely gets turned. He stays square to the line of scrimmage, makes his body huge, creates a great surface for him to be able to make tackles. But he's also not giving the running back options. He's not he's not allowing the running back to dictate the terms of confrontation. I think this is one pick from CJ Stroud. I think it's more of a bad pass by Stroud, but a nice athletic play from an athletic linebacker. You see the punch and extend again. He just does a great job. And just, why do I point this play out? Because it might be a nondescript for everybody else. Because if your arm's extended, you have your hand in the chest of the tackle here, and you can put your right foot in the ground, you can essentially shut the door. So he can stop here. He can force the running back has to make a decision. Am I going to try to go completely vertical right now and get tackled by number 44? Or am I going to bounce, in which case I have outside leverage? But I've dictated terms of confrontation based on how I took on this tackle's block. I defeated the tackle's block by being able to punch with backside hand, punch my hand in his chest. He can't envelop me now. And so I create outside leverage. I can create an edge, and I can create an artificial edge from the sideline. And I also can use the sideline as my friend if he continues to go outside. Quick diagnosis of the play. Now, this is one thing you'd like to see a little bit more from his game. This is an opportunity. Maybe he just is understanding he has to get outside leverage on CJ Stroud, but I would love to see him just bear down and run right through number 3, the running back, and try to make this play early. You'd love to be able to see that and just have that explosive speed right now and the confidence of like, I can get there and I can defeat this block before you can turn your hips around. It's another one of those where he's kind of hesitating on. You're going to see a lot of this, the waggles, the keep passes in the National Football League. How can you diagnose this? And once he saw it, we saw a little bit of a hesitation, leaves that tight end wide open to make the play. You just have to diagnose this a little faster. This is film study, film study, film study, right? And it seems like compared to the rest of these guys, he does a phenomenal job of prepping to understand where his reads are. But even with that said, I think the complexity of these offenses, sometimes it still gets caught up until you get, 2-3 years down the road. You see some of the pro guys, you see a Fred Warner, guys like that. They're just, it's they're diagnosing pre-snap. It's so fast. See him in the middle here, downhill, making plays. The guy shoots gaps, and his closing speed is ridiculous.